But it fires shrapnel sideways, and it fires a band about that wide of shrapnel for about, and anything within about 20 feet.
That's why the
gets their legs cut in half, actually.
I'd be very interested to have a job or to be involved in the active running of the country. I mean, I would be very interested to be a member of Parliament. Crews have been in England, particularly in Devon, since about 1100. They're one of the oldest families, if not the oldest family, recorded. Been a few villains around. Bamfield Moore Carew was perhaps the most notorious. Been some good chaps too. And then there was the Admiral of the Fleet, who unfortunately had the Mary Rose go down underneath him. That wasn't too popular, but the family have been around a long time. The Englishman is quiet. He has a good sense of humour. An Englishman's home is his castle. Some Englishmen's castles are their homes. But it doesn't matter what the man's home is. The racial characteristics are the same. Just bloody nice people. And obviously, the opportunity to become a member of Parliament, to be concerned with the country and the way it's run and the way it's managed, would be one I'd be delighted to have. Government is about teams. It's a team effort. It's like running a company. The chairman and managing director, they know better than the shareholders what is required for that company. I think businessmen reflect accurately the rest of the population. I would make more money if I didn't work for a company of the type I do. I'd probably make more money if I came and worked as you two do in the city.
Do you think so?
I'm sure I would.
Well, as Noel Card said, the English are best. So out with the English and down with the rest. I think that sums it up. I suppose at the top is the aristocracy. You have an upper middle class, and working class. I suppose I'd see myself as the upper middle class. And I'm afraid to say I have dissipated a certain amount of my capital over my lifetime, which is rather a mistake. I remember going to a headhunter once, and having looked through my CV, he said, "There's only one hope for you, and that's marry a rich woman." And I'm afraid that's the case. I'm so unlike Henry and Guy, who are very strong, very tough, full of bullshit, know how to put it across. Excellent salesman. Well, that's just not me. Work and myself do not get on well with each other. I play a bit of backgammon, which has treated me, touch wood, quite well over the years, but unfortunately that doesn't pay for all the expenses. Unfortunately the dice go wrong, so one can't expect to win all the time at backgammon.
So how much you've done this week?
I think I'll leave that figure undisclosed.
Is it hundreds or thousands?
Hundreds.
You're being honest, it's not thousands.
No, it's not thousands. It's close. Close to the big G.
How long will your capital last?
I think a couple of years at least. So, but anyway, something might turn up before then. And therefore I think as long as one can keep financially solvent and keep the flag flying, then I much prefer to sort of lead the life I'm leading. Unless, of course, one has to be frightfully responsible, get married and have children, which is something that I have considered once or twice, but fortunately I've been saved from that sort of doom and despondency.
What's so awful about marriage?
Well, I think the responsibility is extremely high. I mean, you're not only looking after yourself, but there's only two good reasons for getting married. One is to have children. The other one is so that at least your wife can drive you home when you're drunk.
Hey, come along, big boys take more than that. There we go.
Not more? No, that's lovely. Go on, but you can't finish it.
No way. There we are, boys. Going through the rum.
Robert, are you in charge of serving?
Well, I'm trying to...
Your IC kitchen.
Where's the mayo?
In the box, I think, isn't it, Henry?
Henry, have you got the mayonnaise? Oh no, there it is.
If Robert does the carving up, you'll get half a lobster.
No, it's your half. Robert, there's bits in this wine.
I think you're going to have to get up earlier tomorrow, Robert.
Yes, quite frankly, I'm not impressed.
You bring any napkins, Robert?
I tell you what, would you mind doing my claws?
You hit them with a bit of... Use the end of the knife like I did. Just use the end of the knife like that, bang it.
You got a hammer?
You don't need a hammer.
Fresh like this, it's got to be one of the best foods around.
Just what the doctor ordered.
You're the Gannet Mark III, are you? Gannet Mark III.
Make some tea now, Robert.
All right, so
No,
go
it's
ahead,
got the
Buck.
butter, yeah?
Anybody for a nicely chilled little vino?
What you bought for, Robert?
Did you only bring one bottle of wine?
Lupe, what you must try and do is ignore the cameras rather than comment on them with every breath.
I would like to be able to pass on to my children what was passed on to me, financial assistance. I don't deny it, I was very fortunate. I don't regard any money that I've inherited or any possessions which I've inherited as mine. I regard them as the family's, and if one is fortunate enough to have inherited some money, then you have a duty to use that for the good of as many people as you possibly can, which doesn't mean sharing it out to everybody else in the population if that is not the way you believe it is best used.
One thing you must let me know before you go is what you want to do next weekend. And you can take a horse out hunting if you want, or there's some shooting up at Barnstable.
Come on, your man wants it.
Undersized.
Keep it!
It's undersized, that one.
Hey,
What's that story about that marvellous fellow who used to fart all the while, and every time he farted, he kicked the dog? Here we have a rum and crack. I hate cats. I shoot cats.
Cat shoots are good fun.
They take a lot to kill a cat, you know. The vicar caught me going through the graveyard with a gun trying to shoot a cat.
Love dogs that shoot cats.
Look, the loyalty of a dog is absolutely fabulous. It's worth its weight in gold.
Doesn't matter how many times you kick them, they'll still come back.
Still come back, exactly. Dogs are more bloody useful than women. Well, most of the time.
Come here, come on. Yep. Here. Come here. Come on. Here. Come here, come on. Lousy beast. Come here. Come here. Come here. Here.
Guy?
Find it. Go on. Find him here. Find him here. Find him here. Find him here. Good boy. Bring him here. Bring him here. Bring him here. Dead. 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 Good boy. Thank you, Monty. See that? Look at that. Magic. Sheer magic. Sheer magic, that is. Good boy. I won't have them tease you. I won't have them tease you like this. My experience once of shooting with some Spaniards was a little frightening. And they shoot anything. Starlings, larks, you know, missile thrushes, the works. And quite frankly, as soon as anything gets a foot off the ground, they shoot it. I think that can be said for most of the Italians, the French and the Belgians and the Spaniards anyway.
come on, we're supposed to be fishing.
Come on. Sitting, I'm not shooting a sitting bird. Do it, Pam.
Don't shoot the little ones, Henry. Just wound them. The Carew technique.
I was brought up that you ate everything you shot. In other words, that you only shot things that you were going to eat.